Hello Peter, thank you for joining me today. You're here to talk to me today about some changes that you're thinking about bringing into the university. You have a really grand vision of what the university is going to look like in the future. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that vision and what it might mean for students.
It's about redesigning the university based around an improved student experience, a more consistent student experience, investing in digital and being more consistently digital to the benefit of students, making sure that our academic activity, our research and our curriculum are focused on what students need and the strategic priorities of the university, reorganising the university so it works for the benefit of students and that it's more efficient to enable us to be able to invest in student-facing improvements.
So why now? Why the big changes at this point in time?
I think there are two things. There's the world of uncertainty that's out there, political, economic change, people's jobs changing, lots of threats to jobs through automation, robotics, those kinds of things. And there's also the university's own financial position, which we need to address. We need to make sure that we're holding down our fees for students, and we need to make sure that some of the financial problems that we've had as a result of falling student numbers are addressed. And so that's a particular reason for doing it right now.
Peter, what are the improvements that students can look forward to?
Students can look forward to better information to get them on the right course, better induction to make sure that their start is as strong as possible, better information for themselves and also for the university about their progress to enable them to be able to be supported proactively, more big events for students to be able to attend to support them in terms of study skills and employability, better support between periods of study, overall an improved digital experience that connects them to fellow students and alumni and supports them throughout their study with the university.
What is going to be different for a student, both in the short term and in the long term?
There'll be more flexibility, both in terms of more regular start dates, but also we believe, and we're still working on this, the ability that if you've got a particular problem with your studies, to be able to defer but not to need to wait a whole year, so that you'll be able to have a much more responsive kind of university, as well with improved induction and availability of study materials from an earlier point. It may be that people can start working on things and have support to do that before the formal presentation has started. So there are a variety of ways in which we can help people to get going. Really proactive support, maybe some quizzes, maybe some badges that people can take, and making that much more part of a continuum of study rather than these sort of fixed blocks that we have at the moment.
It sounds incredibly ambitious.
And I think it's right to be ambitious. Of course, we're going to need to be careful about how we implement it. We'll need to do it stage by stage. We absolutely will be doing it with close involvement with the Students' Association. I'm sure that students will be contacted as part of the process. And so at this stage, this is quite broad brush. It's overall vision, it's some ideas, and now we're saying, please get involved. Students, student reps absolutely should get involved in helping us to think about what's right for the future of the university.
But what would you say to a student who's scared about a move to digital?
It may be unfamiliar, and I can understand that when it's unfamiliar it can be a bit scary or off-putting. The university is there to help you. We'll make sure that there's training and support and that things are developed so that they work for students. They've got to work intuitively. We're not moving to digital only, we're moving to digital first. So we're designing for digital, but there will still be face-to-face events. One of the things that we want to do is to create larger student events, local events, events built around relationships with employers, building employability skills, those kinds of things, making sure that there is a sense of community.
How will students really interact with their tutors? Will they still have a tutor, for example?
They will, and we're hoping to provide more one-to-one support. Some of that with their own tutor, some of it by making a tutorial service more widely available for longer hours. That's something that we're still working on, and exactly how we would do that and exactly what services would be provided.
So if I can bring you back to curriculum choice.
Yes.
Students who are studying right now will have made plans for the future and ideas about what they want to continue studying. If you decide to cut particular pathways or curriculum or modules, will those students still be able to do the same courses and the same modules that they thought they would be doing? We've
got an obligation where we've said that we're going to teach something, and where that's something which has been signed up to by the student. There's a contractual relationship there, and we need to meet that. most students are interested in a qualification and a qualification outcome, and it could be that there are one or two areas where there's slightly less choice, but we will ensure as far as possible that people are able to complete their qualifications exactly as they intend to. There may just be some slightly different choices, and of course we'll be in touch with students and talk to them about that. But we're talking about something which is going to take at least the next 6 months or 9 months to do the planning for, and then implementation. So we're talking about something which is quite a long way down the road.
So Peter, you touched a little bit about the mission of the Open University. Will that openness still be a part of the future for the Open University?
To be open to people, places, methods and ideas is absolutely at the heart of the university. It always has been, and it always will be, and we're going to remain open. We're going to help people to be able to succeed within an open environment in a more determined and a more proactive way, give them clearer advice about the courses where they're most likely to be successful, set them on the right pathways, give them the information and induction, but in the context of that commitment to openness. So yes, absolutely.
When will students expect to hear more, or when can they find out more about the project?
I would have thought that in the autumn there'll be more detail, but I think that with you as the Students' Association, we should talk beyond this discussion that we're having now about how best to inform students further and to ensure that they get involved if they want to. So we're still at the early stages of it, so some of it's a little bit conceptual, but this fundamentally is about providing students with an improved and more consistent student experience, and so students' contribution to that is absolutely vital. So let's carry on talking about how we do that together.
Fantastic. Thank you.